terms of the weather, um, we have a few areas of concern. One over in, whoops, that something kind of lagged here. We have this region, this region, and then this region. This region, we'll be heading into our region later on. Probably for tomorrow, we'll be seeing this area of showers and thunderstorms start pressing its way in here. This is actually severe weather. Now, don't get antsy here because no, we're not gonna see severe weather around here. But we could see some thunderstorms, and we'll explain about that in just a couple minutes. But here's some flooding down for the Gulf Coast states, parts of Texas and Louisiana and places like this, Mississippi and areas like that had some severe drought this year, last year. It's a fact. All major droughts end with flooding. This one is no exception. Here is some fire weather. Bone dry out there. It's yeah, temperatures into the 80s with dew points way lower than that. I mean, that's the type of weather where you go outside and it's like your skin cracks immediately. I mean, it's so bone dry. You go out into this region, guess what, my friends? There is snow. Yeah, so much snow that it's dropping down in buckets in regions. So that's essentially what's going on. We're gonna briefly talk a little bit about what's going on up here into northern portions of Washington State. I mean, who cares, right? Well, these regions are actually seeing some wicked intense snows. I mean, snows higher than people, way higher than people. We're talking 10 feet by the time the end of the week rolls around. Now, nobody lives on top of this mountain, so why do we even care? Well, it's kind of fun to, well, at least not fun, but kind of cool to see that some regions are going to be picking up 120 inches of snow. If you add all these amounts together, you'll probably end up with pretty high amounts, somewhere between I would say at least 80 to 120 inches. Oh yeah, that's enough snow for a lifetime, I guess you could say. For some people, me, I could have the snow all year round, but that's out there. Let's talk about what's going on here. Here it's going to be rainy, showery, and we could get a little stormy. It's going to be nice though. Don't expect to get any major weather, but overnight hours, temperatures dropping into the upper 40s. So some may argue tomorrow morning it will be nice and warm enough for t-shirts, short sleeve shirts. It's all on your perspective. It's going to be nice tonight. Maybe some rain, though, so we'll have to see. But tomorrow is more of a concern. If we get enough sun tomorrow afternoon, we could be talking about some thunderstorms. We'll watch out for that for you. Tomorrow night, nothing much. Maybe a spot sprinkle shower. And then for Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday look great. Overnight hours, temperatures will be dropping into the 30s, so you might want to grab an extra blanket when you're in bed and grab the sweatshirt as you're heading off to work and school in the morning, as temperatures will be into the 30s. So get ready for that. But Thursday will be our coolest day, lower 50s. Wednesday will be into the lower 60s. So that's how it's going to be panning out here when it comes in terms of how warm and cool it's going to be. After that, things warm up here. Now, for Friday and Friday night, things could get a little interesting around here, as we could be talking about some snows Friday night. Not here, but to our north and west, there could be some snow. Not accumulating to anything, really. I mean, only a coating, or maybe an inch or two. But that's really the most it'll be. It will not be a major event. It's going to be great for the weekend, though. Expect yet again more short sleeve shirt weather, as temperatures will be into the upper 50s to around anywhere between 58 to 70 for the whole weekend. So it's going to be really great. Enjoy it. What a great weekend. All right, we have some rain. I just wanted to briefly show you the radar image. This is a batch of rain that's right now, as it's about 11:15 right now. This rain will work its way and move its way along the pike, and it's gonna eventually reach us. But like I said, it'll probably be around 2 o'clock tonight when that rain will reach us. So we all will be in bed sleeping under the covers and enjoying our sleep. As of course, when this rain will be over us. There could be some spot sprinkles tomorrow morning, but I don't expect to see anything much. It's just a few sprinkles, showers, stuff like that. Nothing major. What you see here in the Albany region is really what you're gonna get. That's the heaviest of the rain. So until tomorrow afternoon, when we could be seeing some more heavier things. Now, what's going on long term? Briefly, it's going to be kind of cool. Things will be cooling down towards the end of the month, potentially. We could be potentially talking about some things that will be really cooling down. Briefly talking, for the next 7, maybe 10 days, things will be well above average with some sunshine. Work for our way from the 22nd through the 26th. 22nd through the 26th, you can see things will be cooling down to around average, with rain, mostly cloudy, cloudy. Things will be very dreary around here towards the end of the month, and I do see April also being like that. So we'll continue to monitor stuff like that, but temperatures here will be into the 50s. We could even get some 40s around here as time continues to progress, and also we could potentially be talking about some depending upon how cool it is and if there's enough of the cool air that will come down from Canada, we could potentially be talking about temperatures well cooler than that. Finally, I want to briefly mention what's going on when it comes in terms of portions of northern New England. Briefly, why am I talking about northern New England? What is so special about northern New England? Well, here I like covering all of New England. I'm a New Englander. I like all. I'm not gonna just focus my forecast on Massachusetts. I am gonna give rain. I will be covering all of New England. So if you hear me talking about Maine or Vermont or New Hampshire or something like that, it's because I am covering New England. I'm not leaving one section out. So if you know anybody from any other regions of New England other than Mass or Connecticut or Rhode Island, send them. You can have them watch my videos or go to my blogs or go to my Facebook page. They can visit it. But this is essentially what's going on up in northern Maine. They will be getting anywhere between, in southern regions, a coating. This is a coating to an inch, to where the areas in blue is anywhere between, we'll say 2 to 4 inches. 2 to 4 inches, and then you start getting into these regions in here. You get into the 5. You get 5 to 8 between these regions. Okay, so those regions in there. So you can see some 5 to 8 inches into some portions of Maine. Once you get into regions of Canada, which is out of our forecast region, but just to mention it, as much anywhere between 8 to 15 inches up into those regions. Can you believe that? It's a bit of snow for them. But that's the GFS model. What does GFS stand for? I think it's Global Forecasting System, but don't quote me on that. I'll get back to you on that one. But I do know the next one. It's called NAM. I wonder if the new one is out. I'm just gonna quickly look here. I'm wondering if the new one is out. No, that was from yesterday. Yeah, that looks a little more bright here. No, that was from yesterday. This one is from today. You can see it's a little bit more downgraded here. Yes, you can see anywhere between 6 to 10 inches. You can see, the 10 inches being right on the border. Not a lot of people live up into these regions, but I do know some people who live up into these regions. I know I wouldn't mind it up there. I love it up into those regions. During the summertime, it only gets into the 70s during the afternoon, and then, during the winter, you get dosed with snows. You get mounds of it. Love it. Oh, man. But in any case, but yeah, it's going to be great. Those regions could be picking up some snow, so just, why do I think we could be potentially talking about some cooler air and maybe some snow for April? The reason why is there is a very tight polar vortex into portions of Canada. How much of that polar vortex and how much of that cold air comes south, and how intense this cold is going to be have to be determined as time continues to move forward. I'm not declaring winter over yet, folks. We have had some pretty nasty April snowstorms in the past, and many people are telling me, oh, this is wish casting. It's not wish casting, it's just being realistic, folks, and it's just being prepared for anything that Mother Nature can give us. I mean, you even saw it for yourselves just a couple minutes ago. It's not going to stay in the 60s for the whole entire month. It will be cooling down into the 50s, and it could be cooling down even more than that. Because, like I said, there is a very tight gradient. There's very cold air. I'll even show it to you on this. It's not going to be the most professional, but there's cooler air up into these regions away from the United States. It's practically bottled up into this region. And how much of that comes southward? I mean, it's already showing its signs here into New England. It kind of comes out like this. This is I'm outlining the areas where there's cold, and it kind of comes out like that. Okay, that's where the cold air is. All right, the rest is warm. But how much of this gets unleashed eventually, if it drops down here, if it drops down like that, and then we get more of a warming trend out into this region, I don't know, all right? But what we have to do is we have to keep all of our options open. Right now it's warm. We can say that that's a 100% guarantee. But how cold it gets eventually will be determined by Mother Nature, and also we'll continue to monitor it as well. But please, by any means, don't think that the winter is over. There is still April, and although technically it's going to be winter, winter will be over, there's still been some pretty heavy-duty snowstorms in April and stuff like that. I don't think it will be guaranteed, but regions of New England could see some snow, and it's already being indicated by the models. And like I said, how much snow we get here in Mass, I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. Time will only tell us. But overall, that's what's going on over the next several days. Stay tuned. Check back frequently for updates, and I will be back tomorrow. Have a great evening, everybody.